a good drink. Speaking of drinking things up, welcome to SmartLess.
SmartLess.
So, listener, you've missed 10 seconds of this another attempt at us doing a podcast where I mentioned how fresh Will looks, and then Will seemed to imply he knew his way around the verbiage of a facial. And I had a facial scheduled for the other day because my wife
what was the dude's name?
My wife's very diligent about getting me a facial, making sure I get a facial every like 6 months. And I gotta say, I don't push back a lot.
Yeah,
you know,
because it feels good.
Because it's comfy.
It's comfy. It feels good. I feel weird with, I got a tiny bit of prepubescent facial hair on my face. And I wonder if I'm just wasting my time in there. I don't know what the effectiveness.
They do a lot of guys like that. I forget to shave a lot of times too. But, I just got one last week and it was really bad. And
that's what I was going to ask. How often am I the only guy here?
No, I get them. I get them like once or twice a year. But the last one I had, I didn't. This is no offense to anybody. I just didn't understand a lot of what she said. So she was,
why would anybody take any offense at that?
I just didn't understand her.
Unless you if you want to do an imitation of what she sounded like,
at all?
and then we'll decide if it's offensive.
I do not want to. I just am stating a fact. I did not understand. It's probably my fault.
I was trying to drag you into deep water.
Let me just can you just reveal what continent she may have been from?
Well, that's good.
Something Eastern Asia.
Okay, but not Eastern European, because that'd be a different accent.
But anyway.
I feel like I've had a couple facials in my time as well. I think I've probably had 8 total in my life, and I think they've generally been Eastern European, of an Eastern European bent.
That's right.
Wait, you're saying you're under oath now, sir. You need to understand.
No, I assume I'm
only 8 facials in your life.
Maybe 10.
Yeah.
Got it.
I don't know
honestly,
about that. Really? You don't like them?
Yeah. I do like them. And it's one of those things. It's kind of like massages. I always forget.
Yeah, I fall asleep.
I do it and then I go, oh, this is great.
How many times have you had your fingers and toes done?
While the facials?
No. It's separate.
Are we talking mani-pedi?
Yeah, babe.
Okay.
Yeah. And
I would say
less or more than your face.
I got my first time I ever had a pedicure, manicure was when I was 30. No, but I was about 31, probably 32.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's been what, 30 years?
So that's over 25 years.
So
it's like 25 years. So I would say I probably have, 25.
So more on the fingers and the toes.
Oh yeah,
really?
Generally not the fingers. Generally just the toes because they get kind of gnarly.
Right? Can you do
my
like
heel
an open?
Gets gnarly.
You like an open toe shoe?
I used to. Remember, I used to wear a lot of flips.
Well, you don't wear socks ever,
and I never wear socks, so my heels get kind of gross. They'd get all cracked.
Do you wear underwear?
Yes.
Okay.
Why are we focusing on Jason? Never wears underwear.
No, there was a stretch there through Arrested Development where I went commando
and
for some
and then he
reason.
would go and then he'd go for a pee, and then he'd wrap his unit in toilet paper for the half an hour so he could soak up all the driplets, and then
rushing to get back on camera, and I don't want a spot.
20 minutes later, like in between setups, he'd like pull out this disgusting toilet paper and put it in a 35-gallon trash can on set. True story.
Yeah.
So mani-pedis often, facial not so much.
No, not often. I mean, I probably got one. I got one in the spring, mani-pedi. I like going at like 9 a.m. I go to a spot I've gone to a few times. I like going at 9 a.m.
This is disgusting.
Right when they. By the way, says you. You live like a pampered prince. If people knew how you live.
I don't have a target time I like to hit my mani-pedis on, at my spot? Is that what you said? I have a spot?
My spot. I have a spot over here.
And it's always fingers and toes at the same time. You ever go in for just the one or the other because you rush for time?
Feet only.
Just feet.
It's primarily feet. And I also like because they rub your feet. So it
You
feels
like
nice.
to soak, don't
But
you?
I would say in 25 years, probably 25 times. That's an average of once a year.
Shawnee, what about you?
I've gotten a Matty Petty. The last one I got, she scrubbed my calves so hard I broke out into hives after it was over.
Huh. That's
That's not
definitely
a
Eastern
thing.
European.
That's not a thing.
No, that was on Larchmont.
But that has nothing to do with her doing the calves.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Well, listen, thanks for the weird morning chat. Let's get to our guest. We're going
Okay.
to ask her what her hygiene routine is.
Oh, lovely.
I'll bet it's significant because you know what?
This is called self-care. It's not hygiene. It's self-care, by the way.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's self-care.
She's been impressing critics and audiences for over 30 years, you guys, achieving incredible success, yet finds herself even more relevant today than ever before. Okay? She's been awarded multiple Emmys, Golden Globes, SAGs, all that crap, and she's been named one of Time's most influential people in the world. Okay,
Wow.
that's something none of us can say.
Never will.
She's
No.
Yale educated. Also,
Oh my God.
you can't say that.
No.
She's a proud mother of 3. You can't say that.
I know.
And she's very kind to the women of Afghanistan. Can you guys say that? Huh?
No,
Guys,
not
let's
yet.
I
welcome
would be.
Chris and Clara's girl, the one and only Claire Danes. Come on out.
Hi, guys.
Oh my gosh,
good
I'm such a
morning.
big fan.
Right? I mean, she's everything. Look
It's,
at her.
it's really nice to meet you.
Well,
The gang.
the
And
gang.
you.
Here we are.
Yeah. You have all had more facials than I have, I think,
Truly?
ever.
Is that true?
Come on.
Yeah.
Really?
Occasionally, like, I'm gifted a facial by, I don't know.
Right. Like a start gift from an agent.
Yes, something like that. And I'll go.
A start gift.
And I enjoy it, but I forget to. But I do get my nails done weekly
Yeah.
Okay.
because it's like my office. I get a lot of work done. I never do the fingers. I experimented with the gels for a little while, but that was quite stressful because I don't know. It
And
just
it's also a
was.
whole different look, right? I mean, I've got 2 daughters, and I'm starting to get educated on the gels versus let's have
It's
some
a world.
discipline and let it grow out naturally.
Yeah.
I feel like it is a cultural statement to have gels on. Right?
It is, and you have to go back to get them off. So that is the hard part. I that made me feel kind of panicked and claustrophobic.
Or you can be on the volleyball team and then they just come off naturally.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, but I don't play enough volleyball.
I like the way JB couches it in, oh, my daughters helped educate me. Like, fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
I know
well, you
how
think
you
I'm-
live, Bateman. Nice fucking try. It's
My
such
weekend gel sessions.
How many times does he go like, oh, well, my kids really, I'm like, no, you like it.
I like gels.
You
I
like
used to
it.
drag my son Cyrus, our eldest son, with me to the salon.
Yeah.
And I got he at about 5 he had enough.
Yeah,
But
it's like,
until
that's
then,
it.
and then I had to bribe him with like an iPad. No, but I just really enjoyed that experience of going with him.
What about all fancy dancy? Does he get the feet and toes done? The hands?
very, very occasionally.
Yeah. You got to keep your man tight, you know?
Yeah.
Or are you the kind of gal that likes their guy to have a little bit of dirt under the nails?
It depends what kind of dirt.
Yeah.
If it's
Sure.
like cute upstate dirt, sure.
Right.
But
That's very cute dirt.
Because
you
some
know.
women, I'm not. Some women, they're kind of turned off by a guy that actually keeps himself very clean and very. I'm one of those guys. I would turn
I
a woman
respect
off.
it.
Like
I respect
understand
it.
thread count. I understand candles and soaps
Yeah.
and things
Now
like
no,
that.
Yeah, now
I'm
we're
I'm
into it.
for it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm not like a man's man.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's a quote.
You won't find me on a
Hang
horse
on,
unless.
hang on a second. I'm emailing the SmartLess merch people right now. We got a new hoodie coming out.
Called,
I'm not a
I'm not a
man.
man's man.
Claire, where are we finding you? What part of the world? What side of the United States are you on right now?
I live in New York City.
Yes.
I'm jealous.
So
This looks like
and
it could be a brownstone too.
it's a brownstone. We've been here not for
you.
very long. We've been here about a year because we had this oopsie daisy third baby. And
She's
gonna
this is
love
what
hearing
happens.
that.
You got to be careful.
yeah. I'm not. Yeah. That was. I was so old when that happened. I was 44.
How old is the baby?
How old the she's 2 now.
Oh,
Her-
cute.
yeah.
Wait, you got pregnant at 44?
I sure did.
Golly. Good
Yeah.
for you. Good for you.
I didn't think it was possible. I really
It's
didn't.
very rare.
So no, I was terrified, but it
what
all
a-
was okay.
Can I use the term blessing? What a blessing.
Yeah,
It was.
total blessing. How did you find having a surprise, as you said, a surprise blessing at that point?
Well, it was actually really interesting because I did not foresee this at all, and it was weird. Suddenly, I felt like a funny shame.
Really?
Like I
People
was.
are gonna know I made love.
Like I was naughty. Like I had been caught. Like fornicating past the point I was meant to. No, it was weird because I was, and it was like I found an edge that I hadn't been quite conscious of.
Yeah.
Like there's a certain, like I was going outside of the parameters a little bit,
Right. What you're supposed to do.
That was wild.
What's the age spread with the kid right before it?
So Cyrus is 12. He'll be 13 in December. Rowan, our second boy, is 7, and then Shay. Yeah, so there's about 5 years between each.
Wow,
that's
but it's a
perfect.
trip. I mean, I have a teenager and a toddler.
Yeah.
And this last one is a girl?
A girl. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Look
I got
at
really,
this.
really lucky.
My
My OBGYN was like, you're having another boy. But no, turns out.
You would have been pissed off. You definitely would have been pissed off.
I would have been delighted. But I am more delighted that that she's pretty cool. And she loves a tutu.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
A tutu and a tattoo.
I am noticing that this 5-year gap is very good. My eldest has just left the house for college, and the fact that I've still got a 13-year-old, so I've got another 5 years of like before I get really, really depressed.
Yeah.
Is great instead of just usually that usual gap of 2-3 years or something like that.
Yeah, you
I'm
get
glad
built
I've got
in.
one.
I've got a 5-year-old and an almost 17-year-old as of next week.
Right.
Yeah,
That was smart.
It's kind of a trip.
it's great. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
I have a 5-year-old dog.
Yeah, but you're
Sean, with your
into it.
diet, you're going to be moving into a 3-3 pretty soon. I mean, let's be honest. Sorry.
Do you take him to
Delayed.
get pedicures too? Do you have to bribe him with the iPad as well?
No, I don't. I don't go often enough, despite
I
how
was
Jason
asking
was trying to
Sean
frame
about
me.
his dog.
Oh, it's Sean's
Right.
dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How often do you get Ricky's toes done?
Once a week.
I'll bet you
Once
do.
a week.
Yeah, once a week. Yeah,
You know,
'cause
and that's a thing. That nail grinder for a dog. I don't know how they sit still for that.
you tie their neck around the thing so they stay on the
Jesus,
table.
What?
You know,
What are you doing?
I'm a monster.
and then Ricky gets up. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, great. Here come the letters from PETA. Here we fucking go. Way to go, Sean.
No, because he's a golden doodle, so you have to brush him out every week and all this stuff. You can wash him. He gets real dirty. Anyway, who cares?
Well,
When's the last time you washed your own dog, Sean?
When he was a puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Absolutely years
When's the
ago.
last time you walked your own dog?
Almost every day.
Liar.
I swear to God, I love
What
taking
about
him
you?
on a walk.
You actually do live in an area with sidewalks
Yeah, with
and
sidewalks,
trees and
you can-
front yards. I would
Right.
walk dogs. I'd have a dog
sorry,
walking
Claire.
service
They'll be
there.
right with you. They're just trying to work.
Yeah, what
Right.
about dogs there in the city? You have a dog there in the city?
I had a dog. I had a Schnoodle for about 16 years. His name was Ouija, but he
great name.
passed. And then we adopted a cat when we were filming a season of Homeland in Morocco, Harold Hamza, and he was a bit of a nightmare. He pissed on everything.
Those Moroccan cats. It's
Is he still with us or no?
You know what? After a really rough 5 years
Here we go.
of dealing with this like urine-soaked sofa furniture, I had to rehome him, which was very stressful.
I've done that.
and not obvious. But found this saint in Indiana, this woman who has a cat sanctuary. And then 3 months into that arrangement, which was actually ideal, we got, weekly photos and reports and things. He died.
Oh,
Like there was
stress.
some clot, or I don't know. I think he was fine.
depression.
The whole thing
Yeah.
was wild. From the rough streets of Casablanca to a pretty cushy situation
streets
in
of
Indiana. And and then so when Ouija died, we had Harold Hamza, and then we adopted another cat Mary, as in like Christmas. Our son Rowan named her that when he was like 3 in the middle of the summer. It was very confusing. And we said, why Mary?
Yeah.
Everybody thinks it's Mary. It's not.
Yeah.
He said, I just thought it was a good name for a cat.
That's a great reason.
Anyway.
Wait, Claire, how do you guys know each other? Did you work together?
We don't really.
no.
I mean, we've had a conversation maybe, but
Right.
yeah.
It is sort of surprising because we've both been banging around in this thing since we were kids.
Yeah.
I know it's a little weird.
You guys
but-
had a conversation where was the location, Jason? We'll
probably
be
an
right with you.
award
Jason,
show.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking Claire because I want to get the truth.
I think we had a conversation on the phone, and I don't even really know why, but we did.
Were you surprised at how short he was? Sorry, go ahead. Jason, you were saying.
No, do you know what? I know how long ago it was because it was I think it was like the same day that my parents delivered my Schnoodle to me.
Aw.
They went and picked him up in Kentucky. They live in LA.
Yeah.
I live in New York, but I was filming in LA, and they delivered this tiny little animal to me in my hotel room in LA, and I had just talked to you for curious reasons. It was a nice conversation, but
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in New York. I grew up
you did?
in Soho. Yeah.
Oh, in the city.
In the city.
Ergo, the
Yeah.
name of your company, yes? Is
The
that
name
is that the address of the place you grew up in, Crosby?
Crosby. Well, actually, okay, yes. I grew up on Crosby Street. My parents were artists, and they moved to Soho, in the late 60s. And when it became, because there were all these factory buildings that were closing down, and you actually had to legally prove that you were an artist to live there, because there was this concerted effort to, transform.
And they're trying to retroactively now charge all these finance bros that have gone in there and bought these artist lofts for
Really?
Anyway, like you now have to prove that you're an artist to maintain this sweet deal on those places.
Oh, I didn't know
they're
that.
trying to get it through. I don't think it'll ever
Wow,
happen
that's
again.
fascinating. though.
Wait,
But then they went on to do different things, and my dad he had been a photographer. We still had a darkroom in our loft. My entire childhood, a vestige of from his time as a photographer. But he was a contractor and had a company called Overall Construction. And now my production company name is Overall Production.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And my mom ran a toddler school in our loft called Crosby Kids.
wow.
So that was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then I started acting and got jobs, which was very surprising.
Yeah, how'd that start? What was the impetus for that?
I always knew I wanted to act, and I danced as a kid, and occasionally dance companies would come to my class looking for young talent, and I would get hired, and I started, performing every so often in these black box theaters on the Lower East Side to 12 people.
Yeah.
And loved it. And then started taking acting classes at Lee Strasberg, which is like down the street from me now, which is very funny.
And how old were you?
Same. I did the same.
Oh, really? I was 10. But it was like on a Saturday, and most kids were there because they're, it was either that or like tennis class. But I
Right.
was just so invested in the experience, like such an earnest Nelly about it.
Yeah.
And then there was a performing arts junior high school called PPAS, Professional Performing Arts School. It was its first year of its existence, and I went. And then I met kids there who were professional performing people, and discovered what a headshot was and what an agent was and how to get them. And actually, that dark room came in handy because the woman who was renting it out kind of swapped rent money for headshots. So she took my headshots, and then I'd done some student films when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And so I had like something to show an agent. And, my first job was Law and Order, like every
classic.
New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And how soon after that did you get what I'm a huge fan of, and I'm sorry you get asked all the time about it, My So-Called Life,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
I used to watch all the time.
Oh, that's so nice to hear.
I loved it.
Yeah, I was 13 when I did the pilot. Wow. And then it did not get picked up. And I'd gone to public school my whole life, but then made a chunk of change and could afford to send myself to private school. So I went to this fancy school called Dalton and then halfway through my freshman year, they actually did pick up the show, and I went to make the rest of it in LA and stayed there for 4 years. My parents followed me. My brother's 7 years older, so he was already at college at this point. So we were kind of available to have this adventure.
And so were you working in correspondence with Dalton, or did you enroll in a different school
for that
in LA?
first year. And then eventually I went to Le Lycée Français in LA.
Oh,
but
yeah,
was
in Culver City?
Barely there, yes.
On motor? Yeah.
You betcha.
Yeah, I tried to get in there. They wouldn't have me.
But yeah, like maybe went 5 days a year, but I was mostly like tutored from that point on sets.
We'll be right back. And now back to the show.
I remember My So-Called Life. It had, it kind of had that. It was critically acclaimed, and so it was kind of like sputtered a little bit. It lived in this weird place where everybody loved it, but the network didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I mean,
am I right about that?
Nobody really watched it while it was on, and we didn't even complete a full season. We didn't make it to the 22, mark.
Yeah,
we got canceled at 19 episodes, but then it had a pretty, the people who did watch were devoted and passionate, and they made a ruckus, and then it got bought by other. It aired like it was on.
Wasn't it on
like
MTV?
I think MTV bought it.
It was on MTV.
And so
That's where I saw it.
It was, and then it found its audience kind of after the fact.
Tom Preston picked it up.
Yeah.
Now, am I right that your mom was your manager during this period?
Yeah, kind of like by default. I mean, she was, I was a
Set
kid and she
sitting
was with me all the time. And
When did that, I ask only because my parents were my manager as well. And it was complicated. Did you disengage from that before it became
it was, it made sense for a period of time, and then it made more sense to just be mom and daughter.
Right. Yeah, it wasn't uncommon. Most kids, their parents, but then once they start, you're paying them a percentage, and then that's kind of weird.
It changes your relationship with your parents.
A lot.
I mean, by definition,
You're
right?
the employer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super complicated.
Hey, grab me a coffee real quick.
Yeah.
But we were all just so stunned by this. Nobody anticipated this at all.
Yeah.
We were just like totally naive. And, then we moved to LA the day after that Northridge earthquake.
1996. 94.
Sorry.
God,
and
Will,
it was a
Jesus,
wild
God.
way to parachute into our new reality there, because everybody was just ashen and traumatized.
Yeah, that must have been horrified. Like 2 days before you're set to leave, your bags are packed. You see on the news, the place we're going just got shaken.
Yeah, and then it was a week of aftershocks. So we landed. It was like,
Oh my God!
And it was like it was a very apt metaphor for what we were feeling already.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah. So but then my parents really loved it. My mom went to grad school in her 50s. They came back to their art. So she went to a school called Otis, and my dad built like his and her studios in their backyard, and they're, full circle.
You just jarred my memory because my dad was also a photographer, and he used
Cue
to
the
take
tire screech.
to take photos of all of us as kids all the time and blow the pictures up and put them put them up on the wall and put them up on the
What,
wall.
you got a zoom lens? What's going on?
And would he put those photos just above the sunshade in the car so he could just look at them when he's going down the highway?
You guys. Oh.
Wait, did he process his own photos, Sean? Did he?
Yeah, so he had a darkroom in the basement.
Sure,
and
he did.
he would develop. He would develop them there, and then he would put them on the wall of the house, and it was really cool but weird for the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, did your dad do your photos and your headshots and all that?
No, he didn't.
No.
But no, I mean, he didn't really take many photos of people. He likes a landscape.
I see.
I mean, I'm sure he does take photos of us, of course, all the time, but that's not, yeah. People don't tend to populate his images.
But so with am I right? Was your mom was a sculptor? Is it? No.
My mom does. Yeah, she was a textile designer initially, and now she does a lot of etchings. She does do a lot of sculpture, and she paints.
But both being artists, were you just sort of obviously it's in your blood, but did you kind of think from a very, very early age that arts is going to be your path? Because I think your brother's a lawyer. Is that right?
Yeah.
So like how was it? Was it kind of predetermined or no?
Well, it was a pretty creative environment, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a lot of art materials everywhere. It was fun. We had, even before the baby school, we had a trapeze and a trampoline and a swing in our loft.
These dirty hippies.
Yeah. It was like that. And,
wow.
And we had, all of our furniture was like found off of the street, and my dad collected these old signs. So it was funky. And they had fun tools. They had a light box and I was at a very unfair advantage with my like school projects because
Right.
And
your brother just said, "Screw it to all of that. I'm going into law."
Yeah, I mean, he's creative too. He was very athletic. He was I don't know. Yeah, it was. But then I did that show, Finding Your Roots.
Yeah. What'd you find out?
Well, many things. But my dad's mom, Claire, whom I'm named after, she died when he was 9. So there was very, very little information about her. I knew nothing about her. And people, of course, ask, are there any people in the performing arts in your family? No, a lot of visual artists, a lot of academics, but not, But it turns out she went to Northwestern. It must have been in like the 40s. So
Northwestern in Chicago?
Yeah.
Cool it.
Oh, wow.
And got her
Easy, Sean.
studied theater and wrote her master's on the role of dance in Shakespearean drama and had directed plays and acted in them. And I had no clue.
How about that?
So it was in your DNA a little bit.
Yeah, I was very moved by that.
Did she like her time in Illinois?
I have no idea. I don't know anything beyond that. But yeah. Anyway, I also had my ninth great grandmother was hanged in Salem for being a witch.
Wow. What are you talking about?
Big reveal.
Is that true?
Yes.
Wait, your great
You found this on the show?
Yes.
Well, how did they find that out? What do you
Through
mean?
like legal documents.
Through other witches.
Through other witches. Yeah.
You're a crystal ball, you idiot.
Wait,
wow,
for being a witch.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
Hanged.
I know. I learned that word. I didn't know it before this.
So did she
always hanged.
practice
Revelation.
witchcraft and all that? I mean,
No. Actually, she was the oldest woman to be hanged. She was 72. She was a widow, and I think she was just like low-hanging fruit. Like she was just an easy scapegoat.
Hey, how about that one crossing the road?
Yeah. I think maybe.
Grab her.
I mean, who knows? But yeah, like there are reports because she went to court and everything. But people accused her of what was it? Like cursing their cows, and put it like, and then the cows would rear on their hind legs, and she would penetrate people's dreams, and like, yeah, she didn't do any of that.
What year?
I can tell you.
What year is this? I wonder. Is
A long time ago. I don't know.
Like, would it be the 1500s, 1600s, 1700s?
Maybe 1700s.
No, it's after
18, probably early
1800s in Salem,
North
Carolina. No.
No.
Salem, Massachusetts.
There's a few different Salems.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
But certainly
between 1692 and May 1693.
Oh, you got a Google machine?
Yep.
Is that right?
I have access to Google. That's what it says.
Wow. Okay. Well, I was way off. I have
More
no
than
clue.
200 people were accused, it claims.
That's it? The Salem witch
30
trials.
people were found guilty. 30 were found guilty, 19 of whom were executed by hanging.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
And
one of them.
your ancestor was one of them.
Yeah.
for cursing cows.
Yeah.
And dream penetration.
All right.
She had it coming.
Hey guys, let's go around the corner. Everybody, your dream penetration. Go ahead.
That sounds
that's different.
so
Sorry,
gross.
different. I know.
Accent on the second word, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
So, marching through the canon of your career here, let's
So
hit.
impressive, by the way.
Let's go to '96. Let's go to Romeo and Juliet.
Oh my gosh.
The working with Baz Luhrmann was like, what was that set like? Was it was I remember when that film came out, I was like, oh my God, like the production design and like this big swing on this classic and like was it nerve-wracking or exciting to be on something that was taking such a big swing and it was such a big project?
All of the above. It was a total dream. I loved it. It was intense. We filmed in Mexico City, and I haven't been since. I loved it, but it's like it's a unruly, vibrating, brilliant place.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was. The whole thing felt very charged and alive and scary and fun. And Baz was wonderful. And he was very clear about making this accessible and exciting for everybody, the way Shakespeare, also intended his work to be once upon a time.
Had you done some Shakespeare prior to that, and have you done after?
No, I haven't. And I hadn't. There was like a month where I read everything in iambic pentameter, like the cereal boxes. And, But yeah, it was... it was amazing.
So you did. So then I hear you're saying you did some research there for at least a month.
I think I read a book on iambic pentameter.
Right. Well, there's my question. How diligent are you? What kind of actor are you? Are you the one that like does a massive amount of research and you got tons of notes in your script?
I'm a little nerdy about it. But not every role asks that of you.
Correct.
I mean, I don't do it for the sake of it. I do it if I, actually need to learn something.
Right.
Like right now, I'm about to play a pediatric neurosurgeon, and so I'm like reading some books on
you should know.
neurosurgery. I sat in on a brain surgery.
No
for
way.
6 hours.
I want to know all
Yes.
about that.
I wouldn't be able to do
It
that.
was wild.
Did you pass out?
No, but
I asked that because I heard about somebody recently who sat in on one of those.
I think it happens a lot.
Yeah.
I think it happens a lot.
Sorry.
And the surgeon's assistant did say, like, you may think you're a badass, but if you have the thought, oh, I might faint, you're fainting, and we can't have that happen. So please let me know. And
the second you feel
stay
it.
seated.
yeah. And I don't know, there was like a half an hour where I was doing some conscious breathing.
Wait a minute. So you're standing there while the brain is open and they're working on the brain.
Yeah, what was the
right
moment
there.
that started to get you a little bit, I might be starting to pass out here? Was it lifting
When
of the
the
scalp?
residents were prepping the head for the actual surgeon to come and do his work. But so they cut the scalp and they peel it back and they bore 4 holes into the skull. And then there's like, I think it's called the derma or something. There's a thin layer of skin that they have to suture. They suture the corners and then they hoik it up like a tent, and then you have the brain ready.
Yeah, but wait. What about the part where they take a bone saw and they cut the piece of the scalp?
That's
out,
right.
Like
so they
tile.
do the 4 holes and then they cut with a saw and then they lift it up.
And the brain's exposed?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Wow.
It was. I really understood in a different way that we are vehicles.
Yes.
Like we are cars.
Yeah.
And we are not our bodies. Like
Right.
we experience ourselves and the world through our bodies.
Just something that carries your brain around.
That was a profound thing.
Yeah.
That
I
to
bet.
really know that on a different level. Yeah.
So did the person that you watched, was it a success and all that?
Yeah, she had a brain tumor and then she didn't. But it was a lot of tumor. It took a long time to suction that out. But isn't it wild, like the kind of access we have? It was very embarrassing because they have something called a timeout where everybody in the room has to announce themselves and say why they're there. I was
What?
like,
Really, just to make sure everybody's cognizant and not.
I'm Claire. I'll be
Idiot
playing.
actor.
Yeah.
I'll be playing you in a month, and
Wait a second. There's in the operating room. There's a let's go around and
Yeah.
introduce ourselves.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just so everybody's accountable.
They don't already know each other. This team.
They do. I think it's just it's a ritualistic thing, just to kind of get everybody focused.
And then they announce what the procedure is going to be, and so everybody knows they're in the right room.
Yeah,
It's like
fast.
you've heard all
it's
those
rapid
stories.
fire. It's not a big deal. It's just
Right.
You know,
You've heard
so
all those stories
everybody-
about like they took out the wrong kidney or they took out something
Yeah.
went wrong. It's
Yeah.
because that's why they announce everything. So this is why we're here. This is what we're doing. This is who
Yeah.
I am. This is what we're
Yeah.
I mean, the people that do this, that surgeon.
I know.
Incredible.
And I have to say, like, our sets are so much more protected. Look, I was vetted. I had a badge and everything, but I wasn't anybody. But it felt relatively porous. Like, on a set, the feeling can be so serious.
Yeah.
Like we are actually saving. It was much more serious than it was in the OR.
Claire, I went to an event recently, and it was a very sort of Hollywood event, and they had dogs and looking under the cars and stuff. And I'm like, motherfucker, nobody's coming for our stars.
Right. Right.
right. It's so true. Everybody's over it. Yeah.
I was very humbled by it, but yeah. So in those kind of cases, I will do. Yeah, like for Homeland, I had to figure out how to be a spy and got to go to Langley
Homeland.
and meet those guys and also had to figure out what it was to be bipolar. That was fascinating. When I played Temple, I had to learn about autism. So yes, in some cases you have to do
What
some
about a
homework.
nice little
but
sitcom for you?
Yeah.
Just a nice little multicam, and it's just.
This is JB's dream, by the way. Sorry, Claire. He's just
Yeah, I
walking through his
just,
dream.
well, but I-
JB, what time do you roll into your parking spot on the sitcom? Like 10 a.m., right?
Don't you? You have played, taken on voluntarily a lot of very heavy parts, and you do them incredibly well. Does it ever get exhausting to be believably in a space of weightiness 12 hours a day for years on end?
It's hard when you're first figuring it out,
Right.
And once you are sort of oriented within the character and you've kind of made sense of her, it gets a little easier. It was very cool on Homeland to play somebody for so very long.
Yeah.
Like you had kind of played your backstory, you lived your backstory, so
Right.
and the actors that you're working with so very well. It was just. That was amazing to have that fluency and that juice, finding the momentum is always the toughest part. But I have to say, like, if the writing is good, it holds you, it carries you. Like doing a kind of technically easy scene, but with bad writing is so much harder than doing an exacting scene that is really well constructed. And with a team that can actually support you.
You guys were together for how long on that show? 8 years?
It felt like 10, I think it was like, we did 8 seasons, but it was about a decade in total.
And you and the great Damian Lewis too, right? I love that guy.
Yeah.
I don't know him, but I'm a fan.
And what about the travel on that?
That was a lot.
Was it nice to visit those corners of the world the way that I'm imagining you were traveled and looked after?
It was nice, but I was also, I'd like just gotten married when we started the show. I had Cyrus in my second season, and then I had Rowan, I guess, a few seasons late. I guess I had Rowan in our penultimate season. So like making a family while globetrotting in that way was challenging.
Yeah.
And Cyrus, grew up and all over the place. Like he was a toddler in Cape Town. He went to kindergarten in Berlin. He went to school in Casablanca and can't eat couscous to this day because he had it every day, at lunch. Like when he was a little guy in a playground here in the city, come up to people, these other kids, and say, my name is Cyrus. I speak English. It was just not a given that they did.
I had a mom who was a flight attendant for Pan Am, and so we did a bunch of traveling. And as a consequence, I don't like to travel because I did it at an age where it was just inconvenient because I was so small and I missed my friends. What is his relationship with travel nowadays?
Well, then Homeland ended, and it was very careful what you wish for, because of course I was desperate to just be anchored at home, and then I never got to leave we wrapped, and then we were, in the COVID era.
Oh, right.
That was a trip. And now we're working really hard to figure out how to remain employed and local. It used to be script, director, actor. Now it's location.
That's how you decide what you do?
Kinda. I mean, I'm sort of making a joke, but basically for the next 10 years, we just have to, find jobs in the neighborhood.
What about going back to some of your theater stuff? Doing that? I mean, I know it doesn't pay the bills as well, but I imagine you guys are all right.
I mean, I would definitely be open to that.
Yeah.
But lately it's been limited series in Westchester.
A little two-hander with the Tony Award-winning Sean Hayes.
Yeah, I love this. I love this casting. Jason, keep going. What is it?
It's a two-hander, you and Sean Hayes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd do it.
This is a new take on The Odd Couple.
I love it so much.
We're going to switch roles every 4 weeks. We'll be right back. And now, back to the show.
But you know what? Jason's right. You would be good at I saw you in Portlandia because I was a huge fan of that show. You played
oh, that's right. I forgot I did that.
Yeah, you played
that
like an acting coach or acting teacher.
I played a terrible acting coach.
Yeah, I remember that.
a wildly pretentious acting coach. That was enjoyable.
It was really funny.
Oh, that's
what about
so sweet.
That Fred
Thank
Armisen?
you.
Fred Armisen. This guy's royalty. I hear he's just put out an album. I hear of sound effects.
Amazing.
That's
sounds
it.
about
Really?
right. Sounds about right.
Yes, check and check. Yeah.
That's funny. I didn't know that.
I love.
All right.
I love
Freddie. We're leaving Baz Luhrmann and we're moving on to Francis Ford Coppola with The Rainmaker.
Wow.
Let's talk about did we?
Can I just say something about Romeo and Juliet before we get off of it? So you do that, and it has such a huge impact. And by the way, lasting impact. That film. It must have been a bit of a life changer. I mean, you had already sort of made a lot of waves with My So-Called Life in that area, and then you do this, and Romeo and Juliet just must have changed everything. You're much more visible. You must have felt that, like your life.
Yeah, I did feel it, and I have to say, I didn't quite know what to do with all of that. I was a little thrown by it.
Were you?
Yeah. Yeah.
What was the big jarring thing? Was it the press? Was it people stopping on the street?
It was kind of the attention.
Yeah.
It was a different kind of attention.
Yeah.
And I just, didn't know how to focus, how to work with it or where to direct it. Or I was a tiny human still.
Right, and then it's like, oh, look who's getting coffee at the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf type stuff, right? Like,
yeah, I just thought, oh God, I don't know. It made me anxious.
You're sharing yourself with a whole world.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought I was supposed to know how to be like a movie star and really didn't. And now I realize, oh, don't worry about it. It's not really a thing. But,
what did you do about that? I think I read that you're a friend of therapy, like all of us.
Sure.
Was that helpful?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I've been in therapy since I was 6. I'm a New Yorker.
Right.
And it's a great resource. If you have a great therapist, it can be very
Have you been with the same therapist the whole time?
dangerous if it's not. Since I was about 18, yeah.
No way.
Oh, wow, that's great. I'm going right after this, actually.
I go in and out. I take very
before.
substantial breaks.
Yeah.
But I'm back in now, and I'm glad of it.
Have you ever lied to this therapist?
Maybe by omission.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever explicitly lied.
Right. Oh, I just forgot to mention that.
But there's sometimes
Claire, I asked Sean once. Sean, remember I asked you if I ever came up in your therapy?
Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
does. Everybody
Yeah.
in your whole life does.
How do I do, Sean?
Yeah, well, it's private. It's private. It's
It's
confidential.
private, dude. Yeah, what are you doing?
I'll call your therapist. I'll just.
Okay, yeah.
You're
owe
in
him a
touch
call
with
her
his
out.
therapist.
I owe him a call. Yeah.
Hi, Nikki, Jason.
Did I guess right? Is it a man or a woman?
Me? It's a woman.
All right.
Yeah.
Nikki, huh? Nikki
Yeah.
Glazer.
Nikki Glazer. Yeah,
Unbelievable.
we got it all
I
sorted
think
out.
she'd be an amazing therapist.
would
I bet
be.
she would.
She would be.
Yeah.
She'd be very
All right. Let's do Francis Ford Coppola. Then I want to get to
Okay.
Stephen Daldry.
Okay.
You know, I do like these directors. I mean, you've been in some great movies. You've worked with so
know.
many great
My God.
actors and directors. I mean, golly, what do you think is what is the most impactful thing you've absorbed, learned from any of these actors? You don't even need to say which one it is. What do you think?
Yeah,
has
what
been-
changed your life and how it applies either to you in life or professionally?
Okay. Here's the story.
Yeah.
So my first audition ever, I was 12.
Yeah.
It was again in some theater, not like Lower East Side kind of
Right.
situation.
Sure.
And I don't know what's happening. And there's a guy having his audition. I can only hear him, but he's like, it sounds like an exorcism is happening. It's like he's thrashing about, and he comes in and he's like dripping with sweat and he's just like vibrating this manic energy. And it was Philip Seymour Hoffman. But I was like, holy shit, what's supposed to happen in there?
What am I supposed to be?
What am I following? Like, what am I walking into? What do they expect of me?
I love the reading for the kid that same day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. I mean, I didn't know how. I sort of knew how extraordinary these people were when I first started, but not like I do now. I don't know how wildly rare and absurd it is to get to collaborate with people of that genius.
Have you noticed that, from, let's say, Meryl Streep to Leonardo DiCaprio, like, there are so many different ways to go about doing what it is that we do. Some, as we were talking about earlier, some are very, very specific and surgical about it and very prep oriented, and others just sort of kind of wing it and keep it all natural, and the performances are equally great. Has that been a bit of an eye opener for you?
Okay, so the thing I remember about Francis is that he kind of asked a lot of you, but it was all in a playful spirit. So he gave everybody the homework assignment of writing, 6 pages of backstory for their character. Okay, and I remember there was a scene where I was meant to be very distressed and crying, and I sat on the chair, and it was actually like a block of ice. That was, that he thought might help elicit some, some feeling. He had a Teamster scream at me, and I kind of was like, okay, I didn't need it, but
How old were you?
I was 17, I guess, and but actually, I was very touched that he just cared that much, like that he was invested, that he felt present with me, that he was committed to creating something special with me. Like that was the thing that actually got to the feeling, was that I don't know, that I remember on that set, like it was something kind of magical that happened and ineffable. Like suddenly you landed on that set and you were held by it. Like you knew you were oriented. You felt grounded in whatever reality you were meant to be in the place.
Yeah.
And that was his doing, but I don't know how he did it exactly. And the same is true of Baz, a totally different approach.
Yeah.
He did not have Teamsters yell at me. And actually, it was almost surgical, the way in which he directed. I mean, he knew exactly. It was very prescriptive.
Yeah.
But
Was it result-oriented?
No. Like, he just was very, it's so detail-oriented.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he builds the world, and it's really ornate, and it's real hyper-considered and stylized. But he wants a free feeling performance from his actors.
Right.
And that's why it's often exciting, the work, because it's that contrast.
Right. So it creates a sort of
But yeah, I mean, I have to say there are a lot of directors too. Not these guys. These guys are brilliant. But I think I'm always surprised by the number of directors that are actually really terrified of conflict and visceral feeling. Right. They would rather you not, and they don't even know that they're guiding you away. Like they want you to make choices that's going to take you further from actual expressive feeling,
Right. Oh, interesting.
And,
too real.
and and you're like, but why are you doing this? And I'm like, oh, well, because you want to be at a remove from it. Like you want to, so there are those directors too.
It's too good, too real.
Sean, you used to pay a guy to yell at you, right? Was that you put an ad in Craigslist or something?
I still do, I still do. Just
You
keeps me
sit
real.
yourself on a block of ice too.
Yeah.
But I think even, what the privilege of working with people like Meryl and Leah, is, they're insanely gifted and they're, and capable, but they're also, figuring it out.
Yeah. We're all just kind of...
nobody gets to just you never get to a point where you're actually confident. I mean, but you're never phoning it in, ever.
Yeah, no, you're producing a lot of the stuff that you do as well now. And what about did you ever get behind the camera on Homeland?
No.
Any desire?
No. Not
None.
really. I mean, I kind of, if I had the time, I would like to shadow a director just so that I could learn more about the parts of the process that we don't have access to because I'm curious, but not with the intent of really doing it myself. I am enjoying producing.
Yeah.
I like, being part of the those consequential conversations about what it's going to be in its entirety.
Right.
But directing seems really hard.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it does. So Claire, aside from, I love what you said now, it used to be script director, blah, blah, now it's location. I love that. That's so interesting and true, and I get it. But how does that factors in with your days consist of momming and parenting and being home with the kids, and making sure everything's taken care of with your husband?
When you're not working, right? It's
when you're not
one
working.
or the other.
Yeah, you try to just bank the hours.
Yeah, so did you get any time during the day when you're not working to do something for you?
Yes, for sure.
Besides mani-pedi? Yeah.
I like the yoga.
Yeah?
I like
Really?
a little hot yoga.
Uh-huh.
I have lunch with my friends.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
Yeah. Book club.
Oh,
Really?
fancy. Yeah.
Wait,
No,
so
it's
you
not
go to
fancy.
yoga and then you read a book. I mean, goddamn. I wish I was like that.
It sounds like, doesn't Giamatti, didn't Paul say that that's how his day is kind of like
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you live with Paul Giamatti?
Yes.
Hot yoga. It just sounds so
No, you
masochistic.
can't do it?
It's first of all, yoga itself, you're sweating because you're stretching is just sort of like being trapped in a hot car, torturous. But then to actually, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna preheat the car.
Yeah.
It just seems like, what the fuck, you?
Jason, it's your nightmare. It's sweaty and
the
mealy.
smell of the unwashed and then getting sweatier.
Yeah.
And then guess what? And then you got to walk across the floor when you're done.
Yeah, you do.
To
Very
get to your
carefully.
shoes
Very
outside,
carefully.
and you're splashing through the fucking puddles of these.
So you sound like you really know it.
Oh, dude,
You've done this.
I knew it, and I was like, I'm good. That'll do it.
It was just one class for you?
It was maybe 1.5, something like that. Yeah, if I'm going to sweat, I want to be active. I don't want to be holding a pose and feeling my pores open while I'm still.
I love it.
It really hit
All right.
hard.
I want to get to this trailer for The Beast in Me. Rocked my world. I watched it 3 times in a row. I cannot wait to see the show, which is out
thanks.
now. November 13th, it launched. I'm assuming it's doing very, very well. But this looks like you got that pain in the ass Matthew Reese, but besides
What
that,
an
it seems
asshole
like
he
such a
is,
pain.
man.
oh my God.
I know.
It
The
seems
shame
like
of Wales.
right and talent free. I don't get it.
I know.
Yeah, no, he's
Never got it with Reese.
He's
No.
a little wooden, but
Yeah.
you know,
I'm going to text him and tell him that.
he has a charisma that.
No, it looks
Love him, we love him.
so good. I can't wait to see you two go at it. Is
He's
it as good
wonderful.
as it seems? It's got to be.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah?
I think it's fun. I had a blast making it.
Where was that shot? That looks like it's in a tasty
New Jersey.
area.
New
Yeah?
Jersey.
Who do you play in it? Like, because it's about like a guy who's a murderer or something, or right?
She's
Yeah.
a writer.
Yeah.
I'm a writer. Yes, a pretty successful writer, and I, won the Pulitzer. Was kind of cresting in my, success, and my wife and I and our small boy moved to a pretty affluent suburb on Long Island, and then tragedy strikes. I'm driving the car with our 6-year-old son in the back, and we get hit by a drunk driver, and my world is ended. The marriage dissolves, falls apart, and I am kind of creatively paralyzed. I can't produce any work, and am rattling around in this, gorgeous but neglected home, needs a lot of work, and suddenly I can't afford to pay for it. And suddenly this man moves in next door who's a pretty controversial figure, like a real estate scion, and, very famous, very moneyed, and,
And this is Matthew.
and a little problematic, maybe.
Yeah.
And he has a wife who had committed suicide, and there's a lot of talk about his involvement with that.
Yeah. I'm all in.
And he wants to create a jogging path in our little suburb, and I'm,
As you do.
the cantankerous writer. I'm the only one who objects, and it's dumb, but he can't let it go, and he kind of insists on taking me out to lunch to persuade me to, agree to this thing.
Yeah.
And we get to, and then suddenly we're sort of repelled by each other, or I certainly am of him, but weirdly, like, kind of excited by each other also.
A little dangerous.
And I tell this story about my son, and the guy who's responsible was just under the limit when he finally had, the breathalyzer done, and, and was never held accountable, and still lives in town. And he can see, I've kind of avoided feeling the difficult feelings and just fixated all of my grief on this man, and that man has committed suicide.
Oh,
And I don't know what to think of that. And I decide to write a book about him, and really as a way to figure out if he did in fact kill this guy on my behalf.
Oh, I love
But
it.
also because he just wakes me up creatively.
It's dark. This is dark and troubling. I think the most troubling thing about it is it's produced by Conan O'Brien. That to me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that he got his grubby little fingers in there.
You want to
'cause
talk
you're
about a pain in
massive
the
talent.
ass. You want to talk about a talent-free,
Talk about a jogging
Big
path.
Red comes
this
in.
son of a bitch.
Yeah,
But it's
comes
kind of like a cat and mouse story, and it's a little Hitchcockian, and it's fun.
Yeah, it looks
What a
great.
great scene partner you got there with all those scenes with Matthew.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
so
like the
great.
snake and the mongoose.
Did you guys know each other beforehand? You and Matthew?
No. But just a dreamboat.
Right? I mean,
Oh
it's
my
The
goodness.
loveliest
so
human.
charming, kind, and talented.
So smart and so very good at what he does with the
Very good.
with the
I
acting
agree.
business.
Easy, Will. Easy.
No, I like
No, I know.
Nice guy.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him a
You're
lot,
taken,
okay?
Will. Okay, back on. And you're back with Howard Gordon there, yeah?
Yeah, that was fun.
Very, very cool.
Who's Howard Gordon?
He
did
was
Homeland.
one of the creators of Homeland.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. And he did 24 and X-Files. And
Well, listen, we owe you 3 minutes and 40 seconds. We're
Yeah,
over.
Claire Danes,
You know,
sorry.
it's like I
Yeah,
could
apologies.
violate the time even further. You're fantastic. Thank you for doing this. I mean,
my
keep
pleasure. This was so
rocking,
fun. Thank you, guys.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
everybody watch The Beast in Me. It's
Beast in
on
Me.
Netflix.
Yep. The great Claire Danes.
Claire, we
Yeah,
love you.
love
Thank
you.
you.
Love you guys too. Thank you so much.
Thank
This was
you
so fun.
so much.
Thank
My
you.
God.
Thank you. All right. Bye. I don't know how to do this. I
Slam
closed
it.
the thing, right?
Yeah.
Slam it.
Claire Danes,
Lovely woman.
been a part of our world for a very long time. That's 30 plus years.
I know my so-called life when it was on MTV was such a huge show for, our age. I mean, it's like a game change. It was like our Dawson's Creek. You know what I mean? Anybody?
Seventh Heaven, Dawson's Creek. I got to say, I missed it.
I loved it.
Which is not too surprising.
It came out.
Here he comes.
No, it came
Wasn't Jared Leto in that too?
Yeah, there was the
Yes.
two of them, wasn't it? Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
What a couple.
Yeah.
No, she's been, I just, this is a hard business. It's even harder for women for some stupid, unfair reason. And the fact that she's stayed so relevant at such a high level, doing such great work.
Yeah, since she was a kid.
In stuff that ain't easy. It's really, really admirable. She's had an incredible career thus far and seems not anywhere
She's
near
a big
done.
deal. She's one of the greats.
She's just got a big life in general. She's got 3 kids and she's doing
Yeah.
so much. And
Yeah, we didn't even get into her charity work that she and her mom do for the women of Afghanistan too, which is pretty cool. What a delight! What a delight! I mean, guys, it's not that hard. If you guys just concentrate a little bit more, you could be charismatic. You could be warm. You could be, people that people
No
want
way.
to talk to and are charmed
There's no
by
way.
after you're done speaking to them.
there's no way.
No, I think you could do it.
No, I
of course you
could
could
never
do
do
it.
it.
Yes, you
How would
could.
I ever
I want
be
you to
able to-
listen to this interview back and just focus on her and just focus on just her magnetism, okay? And how she's engaging and she
How am I ever
listens.
going to do it? How am I ever going to do it? I was just trying to
Sean,
think of a
I'm
buy.
just trying to stall for you, Sean.
I'm reading
Anything
the
yet?
buy.
No?
Sean, go to the list. Sean, go to the list.
You know what
Go
I'm
to the
doing?
list.
I'm hanging by a thread.
Thread?
By
About
a
what?
thread.
About
I'm trying
what?
to
Coming
I'm
up
trying
with a buy.
Come in with the buy. I'll allow it.
Bye.
SmartLess.
SmartLess is 100% organic and artisanally handcrafted by Michael Grant Terry, Rob Armjarv, and Bennett Barbaco.
SmartLess.